Hello and welcome to today's lesson, where we're going to dive deep into a super practical and exciting topic, the project portfolio process. Now, I know that might sound a bit technical at first, but trust me, by the end of this lesson, you'll not only understand it, you'll be able to apply it in real life. So let's get started. Why do we need a project portfolio process? Alright, let's start with the basics. Why do organizations even need a project portfolio process? Well, think about it this way. Imagine you're running a company and you have a ton of ideas for projects. Maybe you want to launch a new product, improve your technology, or expand into a new market. But here's the problem. You can't do everything at once. You have limited resources, time, money, and people. So, how do you decide which projects to focus on? That's where the project portfolio process, or PPP for short, comes in. It's like a roadmap that helps organizations make smart choices about which projects to pursue and which to say no to. It's not just about picking the right projects at the start, it's an ongoing process. You constantly check to make sure each project is still aligned with your goals and still worth the investment. For example, let's say a tech company wants to develop a new app. At first, it seems like a great idea, but halfway through, they realize the market has changed and the app might not be as profitable as they thought. The PPP helps them make the tough decision to stop the project and reallocate those resources to something more promising. So the PPP isn't just about starting projects, it's about making sure they're still the right fit as things change. Got it? Great. Let's move on. Now, let's talk about the first step in the PPP, setting up a project council. Think of this council as the board of directors for your project portfolio. Their job is to set the direction for all the projects, decide what the organization should be working on, and explain why. Who's on this council? Well, you'll usually find senior management, the folks with the big picture vision for the company. But you also need project managers who are leading those big initiatives, the head of the project management office, if they have one, and general managers who understand the market and potential risks. It's a mix of experience and expertise. And here's a pro tip. It's smart to include anyone who might push back against the PPP later on if they weren't involved from the start. Getting everyone on board early is key. It's like getting input from everyone in a family before deciding on a big vacation. Everyone feels heard, and it leads to better decisions overall. Next up, we need to figure out project categories and criteria. This is where we start to break down the different kinds of projects an organization might take on and how to evaluate them. Our textbook gives us a really useful framework from Wheelwright and Clark called the Aggregate Project Plan. They break projects down into 4 main categories, based on how much they change the company's products and processes. Let's go through them one by one. These are small, incremental improvements. Think of a car company releasing a new model year with some minor updates. Nothing revolutionary, just refining what's already there. These are bigger, more substantial changes. They create a foundation or platform for future projects to build upon. For example, a car manufacturer developing a new electric vehicle platform that can be used for multiple models. Breakthrough projects. These involve brand new, potentially disruptive technologies. Think of the early days of smartphones. They completely changed the market. These are exploratory blue sky initiatives focused on discovering new technologies or finding new ways to use existing ones. The goal here is knowledge, not immediate profit. Once you've defined these categories, the project council needs to set clear criteria for evaluating potential projects. What are the key factors that will determine which projects are the best fit? For example, does the project align with the company's strategy? Does it have the potential for high returns? What are the risks?